Hello and welcome back, guys. So in this particular session, what we need to let me just check my microphone now. Okay, okay, seems like it's okay. Okay, so we need to check if two lines are parallel. Okay, so how do we know if it is parallel, right? What are parallel lines? So suppose this is let's just do Google parallel lines, right? If we just see, so these are called parallel lines, okay, which don't intersect. Okay, these are parallel lines, right? So which don't intersect, so that means the slope has to be same, right? Remember in a high school we used to learn about slope. So a slope is it's what do you say, like how how is it, like y1 y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1, right? So that basically determines the slope. Okay, so if the slope are same, that means it's parallel, right? Because if we think the slope of this line is similar to this line, that means it's parallel, otherwise it would intersect, right? So if the slope of this thing is something, and if this is another, right, for b, then it would intersect somewhere, right? So in that situation, what would happen is basically we would know that it's a parallel when what condition should be met is that its slope should be equal. Okay, any deviation from that would mean that it would intersect uh, at some point. Okay, it may not be apparent immediately, right? So if this is the slope, and like suppose we have another line over here, and we have another line somewhere over here, and the slope is a little bit different, of course it's going to meet somewhere, right? Even though it's not immediately apparent, but it's going to meet somewhere. So in order to compare this, we can do if m1 equals and then curly braces open, return 1 and else return 0. We could do something like that, or we can simply do return and then m1 equals m2. So we can simply check if it is true or not. Right. So what would that mean? So if this is going to return int, right? So the data type it's returning is int. And if we compare m1 and m2, if it is equal, let's say 2.5, 2.5, it would return 1. Okay, that means it's true. True means 1, of course. That means our result will be 1, right? So else it will be 0. Hence the problem is solved, right, in single line. Let's check. Of course, it will pass. Right, let's submit the code, and you will see other people doing something similar that I have told, right? So using if condition and multiple ways. Okay, people are doing something similar, and this is ternary operator, right? If it is equals, it returns true, otherwise false, right? That is not required. Yeah, as I told, if m1 equals m2, they return 1, else return 0, right? So if you've been programming a little bit, you will basically be using something like a my solution kind of thing. This is a little bit newbies, I say. Okay, yeah, many people do that, right? So it's just syntactically easier to read. Okay, this way. That's all. So that's how we solve this particular problem. If you have any questions, do comment down below. Thank you for your time. Take care. Bye bye.